Welcome to Top Hill Recording Podcast, the podcast where we ask a band and artist to come in, give us some original tunes. We sit, talk about those tunes, where they've been, where they're going, all those good things. And we just got a question from the gallery of how long have we been doing this? And this is kind of a special episode because tonight, for episode 250, our band, Zac Nolan and the Bourbon Boys.
Take our time, take our loving inside, 'cause we've paid for our loving on the dime. Through the cold, our love's keeping us warm. On the side of the road, big fancy home you choose. Oh, when I met you at the county fair, dandelions in your hair, I couldn't help but sit and stare. Baby blues with skin so fair, leather vest, my Sunday best. I just wanted to impress. Memories, they fade away, but our love is here to stay. Our love is here to stay. Pushed our love to the side, found a hole in the light, nowhere to hide. In the end, when we're lost in the wind, overseas, you and me, birds in the trees, they will sing. Oh, when I met you at the county fair, dandelions in your hair, I couldn't help but sit and stare. Baby blues with skin so fair, leather vest, my Sunday best. I just wanted to impress. They fade away, but our love is here to stay. Our love is here to stay.
Sweet. Awesome.
trying to pass the time. 3 kids and a wife on your mind. Your hands are cracked, your feet are numb, and you don't care. Every day just to pay the man. You grab a drink just to do it again. You tell yourself it'll all pay off in the end. Oh, do it again. Oh, I'll do it again, yeah. Oh, I'll do it again. Oh, I'll do it again. A.m. I make my drive, broken bones and bloodshot eyes. Take it from a sinner just like me. I've been wasted and faded for all this time. I've been saving and praying for a better life. I ain't perfect, but Lord, I try. The way it's gone in these hills, I die. Oh, I'll do it again. Oh, I'll do it again, yeah. Oh, I'll do it again. Oh, I'll do it again, yeah. Back at all them years, drowning my sorrow in $2 beers. And Lord, if you don't mind, I'd sit right back and press rewind to live all the memories one more time. Let's go. Oh, I'll do it again. Hey. Oh, I'll do it again, yeah. I'll do it again. Oh, I'll do it again, yeah. But it was bittersweet. Baby back home, she gives her loving to me. Few shots of Jack to ease my pain. The little bird told me she was running around with some gussied up motherfucker right in town. Bartender, pour it up, I like that sound. 'Cause I'm wasted no longer. Sign gives me peace of mind, you know. When you're said that I love you, I didn't know it was meant for two. And now I'm wasted and alone. Yeah, I'm wasted. Yeah, I'm wasted. Oh, and alone. Man said the time was overdue. He reached out his hand with an IOU. I sit here sipping clear, no point of view. I said the drinks don't work every season it snows. I'm running out of money with blowing my nose. Pictures fade, that's all I wrote. 'Cause I'm wasted and alone. Sign gives me peace of mind, you know. When you said that I love you, didn't know it was meant for two. Now I'm wasted and alone. Yeah, I'm wasted. Yeah, I'm wasted and alone. Time looking for answers, but the bottle's dry. Cigarettes are ransom. Built these walls to hide your tears. You sing yourself to sleep. Down through the hills you run and you find the Queen Anne's lace that reminds you of times that were full of life, heaven sent with no heart. Guess I'll try one more time. You hear me now? Oh, we were lost and now we're found. Same damn place, same damn time. Song that I love to hear. The middle of the night, I was right, you were there. On the bench seat, summer heat, skipping rocks, Silver Creek, speed park in the dark, and the sky is where you are. Can you hear me now? We were lost and now we're found. Time, any day. Little smile on your face. Denim jacket and corduroy. At your front door with Queen Anne's lace. place, same damn time. Anytime, any day.
There you
Hell
go.
yeah.
Hey, man. Thank you guys for coming out tonight. It was a killer set.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And episode 250, which I didn't realize until just now that I wrote down on this paper. I was like, this is going to be 250, man.
Nice.
So 250 episodes. We just passed our 5th year of doing this. So like it's been a bit of a journey for us. And it has been wild. We did the camera upgrades and those things. This is the 2nd episode for that. So like we went from phones and you know, old cameras and stuff like that to some upgraded stuff. So we're like fancy at 250 now, I guess.
Awesome.
I don't know.
We're happy to be a part of
You gotta
it.
start
Yeah.
with something.
Right.
Yeah, man. Certainly glad you all are here. I did hear that you all have been together for a couple years doing this. So I guess we want to start going back to that, about how you guys got together. But before we get too deep into that, I guess, Zach, we should talk to you about how you got started and how you got to writing and doing all those things that got you to the point where you got with these guys. So
Okay.
fill us in a little bit, brother.
Well, let me start from the beginning, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Just being my whole family is musical, just even since younger years, church music, you know, everything. And my grandparents, they like forced me to take piano lessons as a young kid. And I thought it was just so dumb, you know. I was like, this is stupid. I don't want to go. Like, so I took piano lessons up at IUS. It's New Albany, Indiana. Little satellites. IU satellite school, right across the river here. And I did them lessons. It started to grow on me a little bit, and this was maybe middle school, you know.
All right.
Growing up a little bit, and you know, I wanted to start doing other things. You know, I was getting into high school and this and that, and I was like, oh, you know, music's stupid, piano's stupid. None of the girls are gonna like someone who plays the piano, you know. So I quit. I quit playing piano, and then I didn't do anything musical like all through high school. Seriously.
Really?
And then COVID came up. I was at Indiana State, and you know, first year of college, everyone goes and buys their first guitar. You know, like their lick
Dorm
of
room guitar.
dorm room
Yeah.
guitar. Like, I gotta learn how to play guitar. So I quite literally did that. I went and bought a guitar, local guitar shop, came back, and it was a very hard time to learn that instrument. But I had the piano kind of in my muscle memory, you know, from being young, and I picked it up pretty quick. And COVID came around, and everyone was, you know, stuck inside. Perfect time to learn this instrument. And as far as the voice is concerned, one day my brother was just like, hey, you know, have you ever thought about like singing with a guitar? Not at all, dude. He's like, you have like somewhat of a good, like register, I guess. So I started singing, started recording myself. And from COVID, I guess, beginning of COVID up till now, it's all kind of come full circle.
So you're like, dude, you're 5 years. You're not deep into playing guitar and singing and doing that, because that was about the time when we got rolling right before COVID, and that was 4 or 5 years into that. So,
Yep.
So you're pretty fresh into guitar and really singing. So did you sing at all when you were playing piano, or are you just playing piano,
Not
just
at
learning?
all. Not at all. I didn't have a clue. And then hitting all that at once, it was just super cool. And then I, you know, started sitting down, writing a little bit, doing my thing. And then I was like, there's got to be some accompaniment involved. You know, let's start putting stuff together. Let's start recording. Let's start, you know, poking around, see what we can do. And then that's where these guys entered, you know, and that's when we started doing live stuff, playing in front of people. That was a big thing. And then, we all went to school together. And I hit them up just on social media. Hey, you want to do this show with me or whatever? You want to do this song? Yep. And then the next one, hey, you want to do this show song? Yep. And we all just kind of squeezed together. Yep.
Man, that's interesting to think that all has come about in such a quick fashion, and that you weren't singing before, because I think that's if you did it, your brother, you owe your brother a little like thank you, because
Right.
I think one of those things is it's harder to pick up singing with a guitar if you don't do it from the beginning, right? Would you say that?
Yeah. I mean, I've done it from the beginning. I still can't do it.
That's a damn lie. Everybody knows that's not true. Earl's got more songs coming out than we know what to do with right now. It's freaking awesome. Yeah, man. So I from sitting around strumming, learning how to play to this in that little amount of time, that's a lot. And oh yeah, I remember my whole idea of what I was going to talk about is in that time you've recorded from 2022 on, really. Probably started recording in 2021, releasing and whatever. You've got a couple albums, you released a bunch of singles out of that. And I think that's what kind of, number one, blows my mind, that makes me make today make sense. Because you can tell in those recordings that there's good stuff there. There's good parts, and some of them are better than others. Some recordings are not as well. They're just rough recordings. The songs are great, but to be that new into it, that ambitious to start recording, to get that stuff rolling, and then hear you guys come in here today, and it's super tight, and it sounds so good, and like everything is so together. And then you sprinkle on top Catherine, who's not with us. Who we find out sits in for the very first time today. It was amazing.
Killer musician there.
Try to unhear that at the next practice, boys.
Yeah.
That's hard to do.
We've done spoiled ourselves there. So
Yeah, well, even if you take Catherine out of the mix today, what we heard in this room, I'm speaking for Earl because he didn't say it, but it shows a ton of growth. It shows that what you're doing is so much stronger and better by probably the performance and by the practice and by the day. So, kudos for getting that stuff out early, being that ambitious, but man, to keep grinding and keep doing those things to get you guys in this room sounding as good as you guys did today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, appreciate it.
It was awesome. Yeah. Now it's your turn.
I would agree. The recordings are cool. I like it, but here in this room today was like, it was another level. I hope that if you all like these, put them out, because like you all sounded great in here tonight. Like,
hell yeah.
I did want to ask a little bit about the recordings, because I'm, as a recording artist, very interested in that kind of aspect of stuff. And where did you do the recordings? Did you do them yourself? Did you go somewhere? Did you really do them yourself?
All credit to Zac Nolan. Learned the whole thing himself.
That makes it even more impressive. I mean, you produced did it all?
So
every instrument played in it. I rarely had any bass lines. He would learn that. He would figure out how to run a DAW, buy all the equipment,
That's wild.
teach himself an interface, all in his little 10 by 12 spare bedroom, and he sat there and put out albums and EPs.
Yeah, it's really
brought us along.
It's
with
impressive.
Him, so it's all on him.
I've dabbled in home recording. It's hard to get anything worth putting out, and you have some really solid stuff. Especially the fact that you did it yourself is even more impressive, because like I said, I liked what you did in the room tonight. Recordings are good, but to hear a band like live like this for the first time is always a cool thing. Because we did meet apparently once, but before today I was like, I thought this was something new. I hadn't seen you before, but we had met at Magbar. So tell us too, what's coming up as far as recordings? Are you putting out more stuff? I mean, because you obviously have some really good tunes. So, what's the plan? Yeah,
so I've been trying to go year by year. Start of the new year, I'll sit down, get my little notebook, project 1, project 2, project 3. It's just literally what it's called. It doesn't have a name, doesn't have an idea yet. I sit down and get that notebook made. This coming year, I guess 2025, that's already started, but I got some songs made. It's a matter of us getting together and doing it. We're in a little fuzz right now, trying to get everything together and get a little space where we're comfortable and creative, like we are in this room. So once we get that together and we can just find the atmosphere that we can just go in, enjoy ourselves first off.
The things important. We need to do it all together.
Yeah, if you're not comfortable in a place you're recording, like it's not going to be...
Not going to work.
It's not going to be not worth it, but you have to have that comfortable space. You have to have the people that you're comfortable with, and that's another thing too. And it's really a matter of getting everyone that's good at their skill, everyone that's good at their thing, and putting it all in one little song. I guess that's what it's called. And so being, starting alone and starting the recording world, I guess, with just kind of myself and then slowly finding these people, it's really been kind of a cool come together moment. Because at this point, I do have guys that are really good at their thing, and I'll mix a track real good, best I can in my place, send it out to them. Hey, embellish, add what you can, add your skill. We'll bring it back in-house, listen to it with that next recording. Oh, this part's good. This part's not good. Let's add this. Let's not add that. I'll bring it back in, send it to my next person at this point. This person's good at this skill. Add what you can. And now we just have like a squad, like a power team of good musicians that can all work on one piece and come together and put out good music.
So have you been to a studio and worked with anybody else other than recording yourself?
I've been to one. I had really early ambition and found a studio in Louisville. Went there, paid a bunch of money for a short amount of time to get something that I wasn't happy with. Mm-hmm. And that was a very early lesson.
Eye-opening.
Yeah, it was an experience that I had to go through because I went there, recorded with this person. Cool set, super cool setup, had everything you could imagine in a studio. My first time ever. I wasn't ready to sing the song. I didn't, And the second you go in that studio,
money start.
You are on the clock.
You're on the clock.
You are paying this person. The second they open that door to let you in, you're paying money. Mm-hmm. So, and that was not a factor to me. I just wanted to get a song out that sounded good. So I went in there, had the best time. Went into the little recording booth, did the vocals and did the whole thing. Came back, mixed the song up, got it back in my files, give it a listen. And I just wasn't happy with it. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to record stuff on my own in my bedroom, see how it works out. And ever since then, that's where I was like, if I can do this for free in my living room or bedroom, wherever I'm at, and make this quality of sound and that I'm happy with and I'm happy to put out, then we'll run with it. So now we got this super team of artists that we all come together and do our thing. Last recording I did, Queen Anne's Lace, which is my latest release, I guess. I had a guy out in West Virginia do it for me. His name's Zac Nolan.
Oh yeah, I'm familiar.
He's mixed and written. He does everything. He's good. He's really good at his job. Really good at his skill, his craft. He's mixed stuff for Charles Godwin. The whole Appalachian trail of music, I guess you could say. He's really invested into that. Shout out Zach and shout out for all his skills. But I'm definitely keeping him on the line and in our team, if he's willing, of course. So where we are.
That's the one thing that we have figured out in this podcast, and Earl has done. He was ahead of the game from the get-go, but establishing that network of people that you trust and people that you can gig with and people that you can give your ideas and work with in so many different ways builds super teams like that. We have a ton of artists that come in that talk about that network of people that they rely on and use and do the same thing, kind of are figuring out songs. And it's pretty awesome. It's always awesome to see it come back in the studio. So, yeah, man, your songs have such a different vibe. They've got this, I was trying to explain to my daughter earlier. I was like, it's kind of like a Jack Johnson meets Zach Bryan. It's weird. It's like this thing that has this feel to it. Because I like Zach Bryan. I don't love Zach Bryan. And not because y'all look alike, but
never heard
the mustache, man. No, but he is in a lane that it doesn't. It's all sad to me. I like it. I like some stuff, but I have to be in a mood to want to listen to a couple of those tunes. Where Jack Johnson changes me into a good mood if I'm in a sad mood, because it's always something that just gets in your bones. It makes you feel like you're on the beach or in a vibe or thinking more positive. So you intermix those two styles in a way that that works real originally to me. It's been a long time since I've been able to come up with something like that, because most times an artist they sound like something that but to hear different things that intermix and have a vibe. I don't know if either of those are influences to you, but you can tell me, who are y'all's influences?
Well, it's funny you say both of those things, because our cover sets.
I think we pull from a lot too, though, from other genres as well.
It's a lot. Our cover sets do include Zach Bryan and Jack Johnson, ironically.
There you go.
But when I first got into playing the guitar, I would say my influences, that's hard to even say, because there's so many. I was really stuck in the Appalachian sound, like in that sound.
It's easy to fall into that sound.
It was like,
and you were picking like kind of like Wyatt Flores, Logan Halstead,
like Tyler,
people that are still kind of on the same grind, a little bit bigger, but like pulling from everything, and then even R&B still, pulling from kind of bluesy sounds.
This guy,
like the Red Clay Strays, maybe kind of stuff like that. But he's just really good at picking what he likes out of all that stuff.
Yep, I'd say
kind of forming it into.
I'd say early when I first picked up the guitar, there was a music video that I watched called Cyclone by the Sticky Fingers. It's just two guys playing two acoustic guitars. And I saw that video in college, and I was like, yo, I got to get a guitar right now. So ever since then, I watched all kinds of YouTube videos of just small acoustic acts. Tyler Childers, that whole, I guess the writing and the playing together in such a simple, like, I just saw Tyler Childers at Bourbon and Beyond here over in Louisville.
Cheers, so did I. It was amazing.
Were you there?
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All 4 days, I'll be there again this year.
Where were you at? I didn't see.
Mint VIP section up front somewhere.
That's where
you talk that shit. Okay.
Hey, I'll get you in.
But just seeing him, I think half of his set was him sitting there. He didn't even have his band. It was just him.
Just like vulnerable.
Him singing. Yeah.
You know how it is. Just
wow. This is
intimate. Type of.
This is so intimate, so cool. And I think our sound is, it has the intimacy about it. It doesn't have that, you sound just like, this person. You don't sound just like this person. It's got that cool mix of people that you might like, might have heard of, So to be able to have my own sound, our own sound is super important.
That relates to like just normal people.
Yeah.
Like
they're simple songs. They're super simple. And that's how, I guess the intimacy, the personality, the personal aspect of it, I guess brings them all together. So, yeah.
What about I hear a lot of like soul playing in your bass playing, and like what do you listen to?
From the church.
I grew up playing music in churches.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Gospel music. My dad was from 15. He played in the main shit was a gospel band, but they went everywhere. So I grew up, that bass I was playing was actually his. So I mean, from the time I was born, Michael Jackson.
Yep.
I mean,
first concert I ever went to was Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson, Garth Brooks.
Wow.
I grew up on I would have a thing, listen to Colin Baton Rouge, playing my dad's six string. That was his, and just going and going. So I would play all that. I would get in the church, and my dad, he was, to this day, he hasn't picked up a bass in 10 years, and I wouldn't touch one in the same room as him, because he's filthy, gross. But he would always tell me, he's like, it's better when not to do something.
Mm-hmm. Fill in the space.
Because when you do it too much, it's nothing. He's like, if you do it all the time, there's nothing here. He's like, you need to do something where there's someone like you out there, like, whew.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know he knows what he's doing. He doesn't. So kind of picking your places, but it's funny because I played, before Zach asked me to play with him, I had not touched a bass in 3 years. I had kind of a fallout. The place I was playing at kind of pushed me out. I did some thing, but it just put a bad taste in my mouth where I was like, I'm done. Like, I don't want to play, because I can play guitar, I play piano, like a lot of things. I love doing it, but it was just, I didn't want to do this no more. So Zach was like, hey, you still play bass? I was like, I mean, I'm sure I can figure it out, because I'm kind of like, my dad didn't teach me notes. Like, I don't know scales, I don't know nothing. He would say here and be like, do you not hear that?
Mm-hmm.
So that's like, these guys kind of get mad at me because we'll be practicing. I'm like, that's wrong. Like, well, I was like, do you not hear it? Like, what do you mean? I was like, I can't really like. So I would just I just hear it.
Yep.
So he's like, you want to play? So I started playing, and I just found a love for it again. Like I tell him all the time, like if I wasn't playing with him, I probably wouldn't be playing. I wouldn't have picked it back up 2 years ago.
Well, like he needs to thank his brother. You need to thank him.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Seriously,
if he never asked me to come back into it,
that would be a total disservice to music in general if you didn't play bass.
Well, I appreciate that.
What you do absolutely makes sense to me sitting out here, because I noticed, even I said to Earl, I was like, man, bass player's ridiculous.
Yeah. When you all were cleaning up, we were both like, yeah, that dude's dirty on the bass. There was one, and kind of speaking of like when to play and when not, there was one, and I don't remember what song now it was, but at the end of a song, you did this little thing at one of these tunes, and I was like,
there's a difference between being tasteful and just too much.
Mm.
It's hard for me. I have a very bad problem of overplaying, especially in music like this, because this is simple. You know, what I play at home is Bruno Mars and Michael Jackson, so I'm everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, how can I take a little bit of this? Even Zach the other day was like, I know it's hard for you to not overplay it, and it is but it's like, but once I can figure out when to use that, like, because that's what I want is for people to be like, whew.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like that's tasteful and not just putting yourself out too much. That kind of makes sense to it.
Locking up with little on hi-hat
hits
and things like that, to where you're not doing anything. There's no note. It's a muted note, but just the fact that you're hitting it at the same time and then going to that next thing, it's like Bruno Mars. You go watch Bruno Mars and his band. It's the baddest band you've ever seen, which they were at Bourbon Beyond the year before, and I was in the same spot. VIP, baby. Yeah. And it was the same deal. Within 3 days, I saw Chris Stapleton, who was exactly like you said, sitting there, standing on a microphone the entire night, would bring you to tears with the song. And then you'd have Bruno Mars that would just like send electricity up your back with what they do in the show. And to think that there are all those incorporations in what you guys are bringing to the table as a band, it's starting to make more sense to me. You know, how you walk in, it sounds the way it sounded.
Awesome.
So, you know, not that I ever thought that it wasn't going to be great. You know, that wasn't the case, because, you know, we don't.
But I mean, you never, because they're all recordings. We always listen to people before they come in, but until you hear the band, you don't really know what you're getting into. You really don't. And you all killed it. All of y'all are great musicians. Great tunes, man. Like, and not always, like I've said this before on here. Every person that comes on this show is pretty fucking good, but not everyone has songs I would listen to later. I would listen to these tunes, man. They were good 100%. Tunes.
Hell yeah. Appreciate that.
All right, Earl, you gotta take over, dude, because I gotta find Weston's questions, man. This is a big deal. You gotta ask.
Yeah. Well, like kind of like to bounce off what Neil was saying, you all are tight band, and just from looking at your Instagram, it seems like you've been playing different places around town. Tell me, like, because are you all from here in town? Are you from Louisville?
We're all Southern
Indiana. So
right across the water.
Yeah, I'm just where's like your go-to spots to play? Like, where do you all like to play?
I would say, so when we first started playing, it was whoever will take us.
We played every VFW in American Legion. You can think of.
It was like
dive bars.
I was literally Facebook messaging, Instagram, all the socials, everything I could. Hey, this is me. This is what we all do. This is, you know, I didn't care about the money. I didn't care about I cared who I was talking to, but you know, I didn't care who would take us. I was like, let's get in front of some people. Let's get comfortable in front of microphones. Let's get comfortable in front of people watching us, because I never done that before. I'd been playing for a year or 2 years, you know? That was just crazy, you know? The people are sitting there watching me do something.
But you'd recorded before you played.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
he just walked into the fire. I had a little bit of experience from just playing, you know, just in churches and stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, thousands, like pretty big, but like to these guys, like it's all new, and it was new to me.
Tell you what,
because like they're there for you at that point. Like at church, like I'm just playing
for you. You're
like
playing
when they're
for
there
Lord.
To watch you and you're the thing. It's a different.
And it's also
it's a different pressure kind of.
1,000 people in a room. It's way less big of a deal, really, than 15 people in a room.
Yeah,
Because when there are
absolutely.
15 people in a quiet room and then you're playing music, especially for the first time or the first few times, it freaks you out.
Yep.
It freaks you out. And I don't know if that ever changes. I don't know if you get to a point where it's still, I'm sure there's people that are still intimate with 1,500 or 15,000, but hopefully we'll have to figure that out someday.
Yeah. I guess I really didn't answer the question, but we do, we played a bunch of places. We do all the O'Shea's. We like the O'Shea's bars, good college bars. They're people that are our age that like the songs that we're playing. They don't have big stages in their locations. So
it's intimate.
Yeah, we can. That's
what I was
very
gonna get
rare.
at.
We can fit all four of us
Yeah,
at a show.
We have that
So-
intimacy at those college bars, and you got groups of people all standing around your little tiny square stage, singing every song
Getting on
word by
stage
word.
with you.
Yeah.
Getting just.
And
having a
we've
good time.
done full band opener stuff, show stuff at the Enchanted Forest in New Albany.
That's my favorite place.
That's
we've
a
ever-
dope spot.
Yep.
We opened up.
Super
Shout out Shane
Smith.
Dawson.
Shane Dawson.
Shane Dawson. He was more than happy to let us open up for him a couple times and play at the Floyd. So they got two sections: Floyd County Brewing Co., which is the inside little stage they got for the brewery, and then you got the Enchanted Forest outside, full band, full audio,
spot.
everything.
Yeah.
We
Awesome.
pulled up, killed that shit, and we like the big crowds, we like the big stage, we like the small, intimate. Wow, you're tuned in. You can put on a show. You can touch people. Just by having a small, tiny.
I would say
square
we've
stage.
probably done triple the amount of just acoustic 2 guitar shows.
Yeah,
compared to
I'd say
the more
so.
intimate
That's
face to
that's
face.
the
You
truth.
guys.
Because it started off just me and him on
Yep.
acoustic, like playing American Legions, pizza places
Pizza
in
joints.
town,
Yep.
anywhere you could just get anywhere. And then the second we got the chance to go, it was like, oh, we're bringing a drum kit and a lead guitar player,
Yeah,
and we're like, we're gonna let's. If you
I
like
guess-
it now, let's see.
I guess that'll point out our trajectory standpoint that you mentioned earlier. You asked where we're gonna go, where we want to go. I guess we had to start somewhere. It started in my living room playing a little guitar. I
literally.
learned the guitar first. That was step 1. Step 2, sing a little bit. That comes with time. That's just not gonna hit you. And then now we've kind of all gotten together. We all have cover set lists that we've got 2-3 hours of material that we probably know off the top of our head.
Mhm.
If we have a show, if we need to go do a show,
right now.
we have that. We'll
yeah.
do it right. We're ready, Now it's more so, the cover stuff's cool. The cover stuff's fun. You make money doing the cover stuff, which, secondary to us. That's not why we do it. But, we
want to get to where people want to see Zac Nolan
Yeah,
and the
I
Bourbon Boys.
I don't-
Get to the
I
point
don't
where they
wanna-
want to hear these songs and
the
love
cover
it.
song's cool. The cover song's fun, and people do that their whole lives.
Mhm.
People do that till they're the age of 50, 60 at the same exact place.
And then they move down to Florida and do it on.
Right. So we went to
Hey, where did we go? Days when the rain
Right.
came.
Right.
Sorry.
we want to pull up, play this what we just did,
and have everybody sing it back.
and everyone sing the same song back, and everyone know what song we're about to play, and that's just what we want. That's what we're gonna do.
I love that you took that question exactly where you took it, because I was writing down those things as y'all were talking, as Noah was talking a little bit about the O'Shea's and those gigs and the close stages and the cover stuff, because Zac seems like he's a man with intention. You sit down at the beginning of the year and you write down what you're going to project one,
Calculated.
project two,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
calculated. So that was the question: is taken. How do you what is that transition? I understand that you want to, but how do you take that O'Shea's crowd that is right up on stage?
Yeah.
You guys are all in a good spot. Age wise, you're able to play those places and get the females up front. Once you get the males up
Easy,
front,
easy.
you're in the sweet spot. So and you're also in the sweet spot that your tunes are good. So I would imagine if it's going right, when you play those O'Shea's, you sprinkle in a tune or two per set that's yours, and say mention it after the song. So you say, hey, yeah, by the way, if you like that, it was ours, instead of doing it before the song. That's a good advice, for anybody that's playing a cover set wants to sprinkle one in. Make sure you tell them when they like it after the song.
Yeah.
By the way, and then come see us. All right, so all that, we just changed years, 2025. The intentions have been written on paper at this point, I'm sure. So how do you make that happen? How do you take these, 3-hour Saturday night sets at O'Shea's and get those people in a Wednesday at the Monarch, or a Wednesday at the Tin Roof Songwriter Series or something like that? What are you doing about it as a band to make that happen?
So, first off, you got to have a plan, like you mentioned. Like I mentioned earlier as well. You have to have. I found that getting into the music world, I guess, there's a lot of unsaid stuff that people don't understand. People don't realize how much work is involved in the background. They only know the 1 to 2, 3 hours that they see when you're up there playing a guitar and singing and entertaining them. There's a lot of work that goes into it in the background. I guess number one would be consistency. That's probably the biggest thing. It doesn't matter if you send an email, send a DM, call 10 times, they still might not answer. If you do it the 11th time, they might, and there's your shot. There's your chance, Like Shane Dawson, for instance. I went out just on a whim, the county line down in Bards.
It's like
Shepherdsville?
Shepherdsville.
Yeah.
Shepherdsville.
I went out and saw him by myself, alone, just to go support, and I made myself aware that I was there. Hey, I'm excited to see you. Afterward, just y'all killed. That was awesome. And I genuinely meant that. He's got good music and everything, and just doing that little connection.
It is so big.
Yeah,
people don't understand that. Like, go to a show, meet the person, say you liked their shit, and they love that.
Yes.
They want people to say
that. It
that.
speaks volumes, and even if it's just you going, grabbing a drink, listening, that means so much to somebody. It means so much to us. And when people do that, and when you're consistent, consistency, when you are good with your people, when you're comfortable with your people, like when we started, I'll kind of trail back to what we were talking about earlier. All of us wanted to, we're getting better at not overpowering each other, knowing when those good parts are good, knowing when to back off, knowing when, okay, this is his sector. This is what he's good at. This is what he needs to do good now. We're getting better at that. So consistency, we're going to start reaching out to some bigger people, trying to, I know it's not that easy. You just reach out to him, You got to dig deeper. You got to
still do the work.
Yeah, you got to talk to the person that knows the other person,
Yeah.
It's never just like, that's it,
Yeah.
So we want to get into some festival type stuff, maybe small town gatherings, Matt.
Y'all know the Fuzzy Pig guys?
Fuzzy Pig?
Y'all need to hook up.
Yeah,
they're right in your neck of the woods, man.
I played Fuzzy Pig with Film Delay.
Really?
Yeah, that was a great
Fuzzy
time,
Pigs.
man.
Okay.
Fuzzy Pig is
Where's that out?
It's in
Milton.
Milton.
Yeah, I have a
Milton,
fucking Fuzzy Pig
You
shirt
got
on.
the shirt on?
No, it was a good ass time.
That's the guy.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
It's
for
a
sure.
great weekend.
Yeah.
And
It's fun.
That stage is
you
really
guys,
cool, too.
It's super cool.
And
Yeah.
now they have a couple. I don't know if they have the second stage built, but like Earl played the barn stage last year and absolutely killed it, man. I mean, it was awesome. So they have a great set. I think these guys would fit in perfect. I don't know if
yeah.
awesome set for the year or not. But
it might be, but we'll
you guys need to.
I'll get you in contact with
Yeah,
Ryan and
please.
for next year
Awesome.
or whatever,
Yeah.
for sure,
Good
because
time.
you should be playing. It's hard to do. The festival thing is what everyone wants to do. I've done a couple small ones. It is so hard to get in on any of them.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I had a secret to do
the
it. Like,
recipe.
have
there
the
was
secret?
someone just sent me an email one time, like, do you want to do this? And I was like, how the fuck do you know who I am? But yes, I will do this. But yeah, y'all, I'm glad y'all are doing the original stuff too, because like, that's my mindset as well, is I don't do the music I have a day job, so I don't do music. It's great to make a little money, but I'd rather do the original shows and try to build that than do the cover sets. And I'm glad that you all are moving towards that. I know the cover sets are fun, but I'm glad that you're doing that.
I tell you, and for guys like you guys that are in, mid-20s, early 20s, mid-20s, you are building like a bond as musicians by playing those shows right now. You, especially, first couple years in, you're grinding, you're doing those things. So you're creating a language that is your all's language on the stage, to where you understand what you're going to do without having to even really look at each other, So it is important to do those big sets as a band, and I think especially when you have like a set band, like these guys, and I think you guys are definitely on the right track. You sound amazing. You sound amazing in this room. So I don't know whether Catherine, I mean, dude,
she's crazy, huh? She's nuts.
She's pretty good.
Yeah, that's the first time we ever got to get up with her and play.
Well, here's the
trying to get
bummer.
her on.
Here's the bummer with Catherine. Okay, on that one song where we were doing the harmonies with a 3-part, right? Before we pressed record, she was singing a harmony that was a fourth and a fiddle part, dude.
Yes.
It was the fiddle harmony.
Yeah, it was crazy when we were.
And then when you
it.
recorded it,
That's what she said.
I asked her, and
she's one of. It's hard to find people like that.
I said, Catherine,
good Lord.
I said, Catherine, did you hit that with us?
She said,
and she was like, no.
No, I hit it on the fiddle though.
Yeah.
She was playing on the fiddle, but dude, I'm telling you, I was like, maybe that's why she didn't do it. But
she just gets it.
she was doing it in the break. She just gets that fourth.
Yeah.
I had a fourth going.
If you think she's good, man, you should hear this guy on an electric.
Oh,
wow.
This man right here.
He can shred. He can shred.
I'm glad y'all said something about Cam, because Cam hadn't said nothing all night, man. Pull that mic up, buddy. You got it. Go ahead, pull it up there, buddy.
Come on, don't be shy.
All right, so
Don't be shy, Cam.
so you're an R&B player too? You like R&B?
I like R&B. I like blues.
He's a blues man.
My biggest influences are like
I'd say Jimmy Page is his kind of style. With a little
Ray
Stevie Ray Vaughan. He's got. If you give him, he'll tear it up. He'll tear it up.
Let him tell you.
Clapton too. That's a good one.
Hey.
Oh,
Very quit playing.
He'll do it. He'll do it.
Yeah,
That's not an Eric Clapton, but it was inspired by.
But yeah, so like playing country music sort of like a different thing for me, and I don't quite have that country twang like a Brad Paisley has.
Yeah.
Or
Who has that?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, bro. Nobody has that.
But
he's amazing.
It's fun. It's like, like you said earlier, it's simple music, and I feel like, I'm just trying not to overplay too much and just, sprinkle in the right ingredients at the right time is my main philosophy.
Yeah.
good for the electric, man. It sounds
I'd
saucy.
say Cam's a specialist in knowing when to do just enough.
Sprinkling.
He's the best sprinkler I know.
Yeah, I just don't want to overplay. I don't want to, especially in an acoustic setting.
Yeah.
Dude, after I understood that you and Catherine are playing for the first time tonight, it was very, very, I don't know what the word is, but to watch you guys work for the first time and
tasteful.
not step on each other, especially, super tasteful, man. It was like you didn't, a lot of guitar players would be like, what the hell, man? I'm the lead guitar player.
Yeah.
Why are you playing parts while I'm playing?
I've seen it. I've gone to shows where people have had sit-ins and people are just stepping on everybody's toes, and it is awkward as hell. And it was especially the coolest part of the whole night was when you all were working up the intro of that tune. That I forget the name of that tune. I should have written them down.
Wayne Hansley's, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it took her 5 seconds.
Yeah.
You played it once, you said this, and you said no this. And she goes, this. And it was it. And it was so cool. And that you all linked up on that intro, sounded, that extra layer is incredible.
Absolutely.
Like, it's not something easy to find a fiddle player like that. There's a few good fiddle players around, but it's hard to lock one in, and you all have a good one.
Yeah, she's a real deal. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, but and then seriously, dude, kudos to being able to like do that on the fly on your end too, because seriously, their ego is a thing in music. There's no doubt about it. So to have people that are just like, let's make the song badass, let's make it better, which we always tend to get in this room. We never see it, the ego part of music in this room, it feels like. So, which is a blessing.
Yeah. It helps when you know the people you're with too.
Yeah.
And you respect each other.
Yeah.
And they're,
I mean, sometimes we all hate each other.
No,
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes
we get
brothers.
it. We get it.
Sometimes we'll do a show and we don't even want to be there. Sometimes
I'm out.
Yeah, like one of us will get picking with one of the others, and we'll just like
That
last,
happens.
Then the next
everywhere.
show, complete opposite. You mesh, you do good, you do your thing.
it's
So-
the Bourbon Brothers. I mean, brothers
Hey,
argue.
well said.
Mm.
Well said.
Brothers love each other at the end of the day,
That's
so who
right.
gives a shit?
Yeah.
And they drink bourbon together.
Yeah,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Cheers to that.
All right, fellas. So, like, what you got coming up? Do you have some gigs lined up? What are the thoughts on recording again? I
Yep.
know the last stuff was 2024, and even if it was a month ago, that was last year, dude. It's 2025. What we
It's good
got?
cooking.
Yep,
Yeah.
2025. I guess our next full band show is Gersel's, February 14th.
All right.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
February.
Little Valentine's Day show.
14th, 15th.
Y'all working up some love tunes for the evening?
Yeah, we're gonna
Valentine's Day weekend. Let's say that.
All right, there you go.
And we'll pull out and do our thing there. It'll be cover, sprinkle, a little sprinkle.
We'll have our originals
like
in there too.
There you go.
But stuff everyone still knows and can sing along with.
Yep.
What should
yep.
we cover for Valentine's Day?
I got you. I know the answer.
All right.
Jackie Moon, Love You Sexy from Semi Pro.
Right, yeah. Love
Yeah.
sexy.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Keep that one in.
Love You Sexy.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
dude, with the-
That's
with the-
awesome.
If you can break that out, everybody's going
Right.
home happy.
That's
you know
awesome.
what I mean?
It is
Yeah.
February 15th to be
15th.
exact.
Close enough.
From
Close
8 to
enough.
11.
Everybody
is the
has a-
exact
Wow,
time
we'll get a
today.
little roll-up.
But yeah, we'll keep our big place. We've been playing at PBR on 4th Street too.
That's a
Yeah.
good. That
PBR
is
is
a
awesome.
good gig, really.
We love PBR.
I mean,
Great stage.
4th Street, Louisville
Max Hideaway
for the band. That's great. Max Hideaway and
on the
Southern
other side of the
Indiana.
river.
Okay,
That's it's a really cool dive
Isn't that
I've
bar.
heard good things about it. I've never been
I
in
know.
it.
Right?
Can't smoke
Ooh.
cigarettes.
You
anymore.
can't do that in there, no. But
For non-smokers, that's a great thing, man.
that's our dive
Yeah.
bar. That's probably our
Yep.
home.
We got some dive bars. We're gonna try
Well,
to.
you can smoke cigarettes inside. Well, you can do that.
Shout out
in there.
Cloverleaf.
We like the small spots where we can just chill, practice new stuff. Just calm down, relax sometimes. Which is what we do on the full stage. But
Mhm.
we're gonna try to start
Experiment.
experimenting. We've been traveling a little bit, I guess. Me and Core went out last year, did a show at Mammy's
Oh, yeah.
in
In Bardstown.
Bardstown, Kentucky. We just live in such a great spot. Louisville, Kentuckiana. You can go 1 to 2 hours in any direction and find a
And be anywhere.
great city.
Yeah, and be
That's got
anywhere.
great music. Like seriously,
That was
so
this guy yesterday, man.
Yeah,
He was in
Madison's
Nashville.
great.
Madison is
Madison,
killer.
Indiana.
You're close to Nashville.
Right.
You're-
Yep.
Indianapolis is easy
I mean,
drive.
you went to
Lexington.
Nashville, what?
Lexington's
Yesterday
right
on a
there,
whim?
yeah.
Yeah, I just went yesterday on a whim to Nashville. It's so close just to check out a show at the Ryman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not, bro?
Yeah.
Why not?
we just played in Nashville, Indiana.
How you did?
Yeah.
Nashville's
Whoa.
Nashville.
Brown
We're
County.
halfway there to the
Brown
real
County.
thing.
But I can officially say that we've played in Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
I don't have to say which.
As long as they don't ask questions after that, we made it.
Nashville's Nashville, baby.
But yeah, it's coming around. It takes time like anything else. So we're approaching it strategically, but also having fun at the same time and just trying to stay consistent, like
Yeah,
I
man.
said. So
You guys got the right thought process about it because you're very, very thoughtful and there isn't wasted time, I don't think, with you.
Yeah.
I think you got an intent. You're going about it. You're young, and the fact that you've only been together a couple of years, you're still, just a few years into writing and playing guitar. It's only going to grow from here. So
The ceiling is high. So
yeah, the
Yeah.
ceiling is definitely high with you guys. So I'm super excited, to see where like year 3 is. 2026. I'd love to
Yeah.
know what the project 1, 2, and 3 is
Mhm,
because
mhm.
I'd imagine it'd be a little bit grander with what you guys the trajectory.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I absolutely
Hell yeah.
agree.
I got to give a lot of credit to the success to Zach for the networking, man.
You literally,
Like,
none-
he's-
we wouldn't have shows. We wouldn't.
Oh my God, we'd be doing
wouldn't-
nothing.
You wouldn't know who we are if it wasn't
He'll
for
talk
Zach.
to anybody.
I mean,
anybody.
we'll take a break. Our set breaks at shows,
Mm.
and we'll go grab a beer or like take a few
Good
shots.
bourbon. Yeah.
But Zach is going to every table.
Every single
Thank
person.
you. I'm Zac Nolan,
that-
so it's all credit to him
Yeah.
for putting himself out there
Yeah, absolutely.
and allowing us to reap his benefits.
Big part of it.
yeah.
So we're very thankful for that.
That's
and
big.
letting him bring us with him on that.
Between the networking with other artists, doing that is so thoughtful, man.
yeah.
That is not something that I've ever done, but also been on the receiving. I'd rather just go sit in a corner by myself.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we
talk to
that's what we do. And thank God we have Zach to
I'm embarrassed. But
put himself out there.
yeah, and on Top Hill recording podcast into that, I have to say thank you to Earl he does that a lot on our end because he's out, goes watch shows, plays, makes connections. I mean, he went that show last night you went to watch an opener who's going to be in here Earl was like, hey, I mean, it's just doing those things.
I did a little networking in Nashville. I ran into, I don't know if you're all a fan of Todd DeWaite at all from Nashville, but he's a cool dude. I saw him at Robert's Western World and he was in there chilling and then he was up on stage singing. Then he went around with the tip jar and I'm like, hey man, I met you at the Monarch in Louisville like a while back and we talked for a bit. And I was like, we do a podcast. You want to come on? Like, and so I've already sent him a message. Like I'm always bugging somebody to do something. You got to bug people a little bit. Oh, yeah. Networking is really important. That was when I first got into music at all. When I was just playing guitar just for friends and family, people would always want to give you advice. They're like, oh, my cousin does music. And they said the best thing you can do is just go out in the scene and network. And I'm like, no.
100%.
But I started doing that. And that's the biggest thing you can do. That's how you book shows. That's how you get to open cool shows. That's how you
meet people like-minded like you.
You never know how.
You never know where it goes.
It could be you meet someone today and then 3 or 4 months or 6 months or a year down the road, you get a message, hey man, like you trying to do this show? And it's like, hell yeah,
that's
show.
Part of the show. Yeah. Getting into the music scene, I've met a lot of people that love the music. They do it for the music, and we do too. But at the same time, you have to have that extra sense of that's not always going to be it. You can't just have the music. There's so many other elements. We can go up, play these songs for 45 minutes, take a 15-minute break, do a 45 minutes to a 15-minute again. But like there's so much more to it than that. Every chance I can, we do our set, I go up, big smile, genuine smile. And I'm like, are y'all having a good time? Like, you enjoying yourselves? Can you hear us?
Trying to build a connection to make it feel like you're with them, like they...
If you don't go talk to them, if you don't network, if you don't be yourself, if you don't... we would all honestly do that in any other setting probably. But, we got to go talk to people, get movement, get people coming here.
Free shirts, stickers,
we
hats.
We got merchandise.
Y'all got stickers?
We have stickers, we got shirts, we got hats. We'll hook you up.
There you go.
Yeah, so,
Yes.
We just trying to build a connection with people that are spending their Friday night or their Saturday night to come see us,
Yeah,
so...
I love the intent and the thoughtfulness of what you guys are doing for sure. And like I said, ceiling's high, trajectory is on the rise. So for people that are watching, listening, all that good stuff that want to come see you, want to keep up with you, want to know when your next stuff's coming out, where can they find you guys?
Yep. So Instagram, it's going to be Zac Nolan Music. I do a lot of stuff just kind of in my personal profiles and everything. I guess that's another goal for 2025. Maybe get a more like here's Zac Nolan the Bourbon Boys profile. Here's this we're gonna be, and maybe get some kind of automation for that. But right now, Zac Nolan Music on Instagram, Zac Nolan Music Facebook. You can type in on YouTube just Spotify, Zac Nolan, Queen Anne's Lace, Do It Again. Any song we played tonight, right on YouTube. It'll probably be the top.
Zac Nolan on Spotify,
Zac Nolan Zac Nolan and the Bourbon Boys on Top Hill Recording Podcast.
Hey, that's what we're saying.
You can find us there.
Hell yeah, you can find us here.
Yeah, if you ever find that one.
Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora. The streaming service. You pay these streaming services, and they do it all for you.
Nice.
You pay them. Here's what the song. Here's the track.
Here's
the cover artist, and they do it.
Yeah.
So any streaming service you listen to, Zac Nolan, ZAC, no H, no K, space Nolan, NOLAN. Hopefully, fingers crossed. It'll be in the top.
It popped right up.
It should be the first.
It is.
But that's how you can find us. And also you can find us at any place we're coming to next. Louisville, Southern
February
Indiana.
15th, the next one you're in
15th full band, Gershels, 8 to 11 p.m.
It's a good spot. Good stage.
Good little place, good atmosphere, good vibes.
Always a good time over there.
Good time.
And as the weather picks up and
fingers crossed.
as the weather gets better and the year starts going a little bit, we're going to start booking some more stuff, maybe get some festivals.
And
maybe
if you're
get
out on February 15th, you will get Love You Sexy by
Semi pro. We got it. We got
That's
it.
right.
Or what
That's
you got,
right.
brother? Where you at? And what time do you play next, or when?
Yeah,
When?
I'm playing. Well, I'm penciled in kind of at Owl's Bar of Lexington. It's not confirmed yet. Next month it's the last Thursday of the month. I think it's the 27th or 28th.
February.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Right
doing
on.
that.
Oh yeah.
We
might pull up. We about to pull
we'll
up.
come out
Yeah,
there and
pull
see.
up.
We'll
There'll
come
be,
out there
please
and
do.
check
Then
you
that
out,
way I
man.
know there'll be
we
4
better
people
support.
there.
Heck
So-
yeah, we'll come. We'll come.
Right on. Don't forget to check out the podcast, Top Hill Recording Podcast, on Instagram.
On everything. Just
On-
and
yeah,
follow
everything.
these fellas, follow me, follow the podcast. It just
Follow the
takes a
pod.
second
Heck
if
yeah.
you want to
Yep.
support any of this.
Yep.
The easiest thing you can do is just hit follow, and
Yep.
that helps.
It don't take
one-
no time to click a button.
One
so.
little click of a button. If you go to my page or Top Hills, you can literally go to probably any post that we make. Click on the ats, click on the people tagged. You can find Corbin.
Find all of us. So
me. Yeah.
we'll be there.
The
And then,
homies.
yeah, it's that simple. And social media is already in front of our face. Sometimes you just got to step back and be like, it's free to support someone.
Yep.
It takes 10 seconds to support
Yeah.
them. If it's just a follow, you're still supporting them. So yeah, do that. Catch us at our next little show or whatever. Hit us up on social media.
We'll be around.
Good things to come. So thank you, Top Hill, for having us.
shout out.
man.
Thanks for coming on.
Super
glad to
cool,
have you.
super cool
It was
environment.
awesome.
We're literally on top of a hill.
You're definitely on
On the
top.
hill.
Yeah, it's very literal.
Top-
here.
top hill in
So it's
Kentucky.
very literal.
We're not creative. We're not creative like that. I would like to say February 20th, Johnstone Band is playing again. It's been a long time, but Turn
Hey.
3 is
All right.
playing at Enchanted Forest.
Enchanted-
So
okay.
we'll
Yeah,
be
we'll
opening
definitely look forward to
there that night. It's a Thursday, so come out and see that. Otherwise, check out the show.
What time's that go on?
I don't know, 7,
Probably
8.
7 or 8.
Be there.
Give or
Yeah,
take.
Probably
About to
play
say
at
I'm
7,
10
8.
minutes away from there.
Yeah, we're definitely
I'll
open.
come make that one.
Come on, man. It's been a
Yeah.
while, so it should be interesting to hear how good or bad we sound.
Hell yeah.
So, all right, until then, Top Hill Recording Podcast. Check us out. Thank you, guys.
Peace.
Appreciate
Hey,
it.
thanks for having us,
Thank you,
guys.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.